Hello folks, this is Glenn McColpin, CEO of SurgiTech. The product I'd like to speak with you about today is our EcoSyn 174 synthetic acid. This is a product that was developed to be a hydrochloric acid replacement and has very similar rock dissolution properties, but completely different properties when it comes to its interaction with the environment and human beings. And we'll demonstrate that in a little bit. The product actually falls in between how a high-strength mineral acid and a low-strength organic acid would work. It has a slower spin rate than hydrochloric acid, so it allows our customers to get it deeper into the rock before it completely spins. But it's also minimally corrosive to steel. If you look in the bottom of the beaker here, we actually have a coiled tubing sample. We can zoom in, and you'll see that there's minimal activity. And this steel sample has actually been in here for about 3 hours now. You can see that the writing's still on it. A little bit of the scale has fallen off. You can see on the bottom there, but really not a lot of activity at all. If it were reacting, you'd see numerous bubbles being generated as the steel is eaten away by the acid. There's customers that have actually used this product with wireline and coiled tubing operations, and they've been able to avoid the corrosiveness surcharges that you normally see with hydrochloric acid because this product is so benign with respect to steel. Now, what we're going to demonstrate here in a minute is how the product can dissolve calcium carbonate, but also, more importantly, how it's safe for humans. So what we have here is a simple raw egg, and we're going to drop it in the product. And you can see that it immediately starts to work. I can get this on my fingers. It actually just feels like soapy water. We can spin this around a little bit. And you can see the shell of the egg is immediately being reacted with. The shell of the egg is 100% calcium carbonate. And if you try doing this with hydrochloric acid, you would pretty much immediately have chemical burns. But since this product is non-hazmat, we can get it on our skin. If it gets in your eyes, you wash with water. It won't actually damage the membranes or your skin, and it's really a nice product to work with as far as HS&E goes. Built into the EcoSyn product is a non-ionic surfactant, a demulsifier, an iron control agent, and a high temperature corrosion inhibitor. So it has everything you need, right out of the drum to use for oil and gas applications. No additional additives are needed. You'll notice that when I had my hands in there, wasn't wearing any gloves or anything like that. Really, the one recommended piece of safety apparel is safety glasses. It is like getting soapy water in your eyes and will burn, but it can be washed out with water with no issues. The product is biodegradable. Within 10 days of use out in the field, the product will completely biodegrade. It's compatible with most gelling and weighting agents. The product will dissolve about 2.2 pounds of calcium carbonate per gallon when used out in the field. We'll zoom in here a little bit so you can see some of the reactivity with the eggshell. You see it's a fairly vigorous reaction, and that compared to what's going on with the steel with almost minimal reaction. It's a really nice product to work with. It's very easy on our equipment, safe to use with our employees, and again, environmentally friendly. Beyond the green properties, the main reason we like using this product is its slower spend rate. This product can be used either neat or diluted with water in a typical squeeze type of application, or you could use this with SurgiTech's Nitrodyne high velocity gas delivery system to push the product deep into the pore space, where it can dissolve virgin rock and get you more oil and gas production. Some of the things to watch out for when using the product are its interaction with softer metals like aluminum, copper, zinc. You want to make sure that you're not using any hoses or connections or fittings that are made of soft metals like that, because it is highly reactive with softer metals, completely different from the way it reacts with steel. What I've got here to drop into the beaker are a couple of samples. One's just a simple copper penny. It's probably a zinc penny. The other piece is a tag of aluminum, and we'll drop those in. And you'll see fairly quickly that the aluminum will start to be reacted with. We'll zoom in again so you can take a look. You can see how that's a much more vigorous reaction as compared to the steel over here. Our penny actually dropped inside the coiled tubing sample, so we're not going to get a look at that. But again, you can see the bubbles coming off it fairly rapidly down at the bottom, and as the oxidation layer wears off, it'll go faster and faster. Going back to the egg, move this around a bit. You can see that the top part, which was floating out of the surface of the liquid, still has some of the shell left on it, while the bottom, all we have is the yolk sac. Try to turn this around. See if we can more evenly dissolve this. There you can see it's reacting quite vigorously. We first started using this product in one of our brine disposal wells that we have up in Pennsylvania. That particular well, the injection pressures had risen to over 1,000 pounds per square inch, and we put in about 5 barrels of this product. Over a 48-hour period, what we saw is the injection pressures drop from 1,000 pounds down to about 260, while our injection rate actually doubled. So it's worked quite well. And after we did testing there at our own wells, we started rolling it out to customers. Let this float a little bit longer. We've had it in the product approximately 10 minutes now. As I said previously, this product can be used with our Nitrodyne well treatment process to achieve ultra deep penetration with the acid, while injection rates for a typical acid job would be in the range of 40 barrels a minute or so. With the Nitrodyne process, we're using a high velocity inert gas to convey treatment chemicals to the rock face and the formation. We're actually going in at about 3 times what you would see with a typical frac rate of 40 barrels a minute. The combination of the slow spend rate for this acid and the high injection rate should allow us to reach virgin rock, where we can open up some permeability and get oil and gas flowing. Now let's take a look at the egg again. Much like it does with limestone, we've just about completely dissolved the shell. I've got a little bit on the bottom here where it was floating up out of the liquid. You can see that the membrane itself, which is much like your skin, there's no damage whatsoever. And like I said, just a really nice product to work with from an HS&E perspective, from an environmental perspective, and from an equipment perspective. We've got product that'll dissolve rock, do the job that you need it to do, but it won't tear up your equipment or your downhole tubulars. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can reach us at www.marginal-wells.com or 1-800-975-6850. Thank you once again.